Can the Zeus CL be a new daily driver? Well, in this video, we're going to find out by doing some shooting and looting. We're going to fill this thing with cargo, see how much we can make. But first, in case you're new, I'm going to give a quick tour of the ship just so that we can check it out. Maybe you haven't looked at it yet. You can see here at the back is the ramp that you can enter. This cargo hold is pretty big, but it does have some trouble stacking cargo just because of the little lip there. But I'll show you that in a minute once we get some loot. Very nice cargo hold though. You can get quite a few boxes in here. It has full components access. Here at the back as well. Let me just open it here for you. There we go. So here's all the components. Very nice if you ever want to loot this ship. Very accessible. You also get a gun rack. If we go inside here, we get everything. We've got a little kitchen area. Not too useful at the moment. We got our lockers. We got 3 of them and 3 beds and our toilet. Let me just take a look at the lockers here. This is about 1.2 SEUs big and we've got 3 of them. So very nice storage. If we go up here, here is more component access. You can see shield generators, 2 of them. Here we've got suit lockers in the future. This will be very useful to quickly swap out your suit. Let's open up here. Another weapon rack on our right. And life support and shield generator. I'm not going to open them. Here you also get a turret gunner seat. If you look to your right and down, you can enter remote turret. It is at the bottom. I did remove the weapons for this build. But very nice. You can have a friend use this. If you go to the right side, this is your tractor beam. If you look to your right, you can also enter this. Where you can use a little tractor beam. Power is off at the moment, so the beam won't come out, but the arm can extend outside for easier loading. And finally, the middle seat. This is the pilot seat. As you can see, the cockpit is pretty decent. There is some struts, but you can definitely look around. Head tracking, very good. Plus, outside, you can see very sleek ship with very big guns at the front. The turret does come with guns as well, but I removed that. That is for the co-pilot. But we're going to take the ship and go see what she can do. Let me go get a mission and loot all the cargo. For our missions, I'm going to do some ambush missions here. They are my favorite way to get lots of cargo that's valuable at the moment. You just level them up and you'll get an Argo raft and a couple of others. I got 2 of them here. I'll see if I need to do both. Let's get some cargo and test out the ship to see how it shoots and loots. But at our mission location here, I'm just gonna land in the cloud and wait for our little raft to show up. The raft is finally here. Let's see if we can take out the raft and the supporting ship. I have no idea where it might be. Probably very stealthy or just very small. Let's see if we can take out this little raft first. Then I'll also take out the extra ship if I can find it. We don't have the biggest weapons and our profile is pretty big. Here we go. Here's the other ship. I'm gonna deal with it first just because I'm gonna get in my way. It's a very stealthy. It's probably an Eclipse, let's see, or a Firebird. But the profile is very small. Definitely don't have the biggest weapons, but we're pretty slick in the front. Just our pancake is very big, but 2 size 4s is pretty decent. We can just tank things. We've got a lot of shielding as well. Yeah, it's definitely an Eclipse. Usually their wings break off first, makes it very difficult to fight afterwards. Just get it here. There goes the first wing. There's the second wing. Now it's just a cockpit basically. We don't have the biggest capacitor, but that's okay. We're a cargo ship mostly, not really a crazy combat ship, but we can do a little bit of damage here and there. Enough to loot and shoot at least. Now we can take care of this little guy. Let me see if I can get the shields down. Shields is down, getting pretty decent damage on it now. Should have it soon here. I put quite a few mags into it already. Pretty decent. Little Auger Raft, very tanky. But unfortunately the firepower not so great. There we go. Let's take a look at the cargo. So for cargo, this one doesn't have a crazy amount. Mostly iron, which is very bad for us. A little bit of gold and scrap, only 6 SEUs of gold. Probably pick up the 6 SEUs and then we'll go take a look at the other mission. Because this one didn't have the best cargo for us. Luckily, it's a very nice little ramp. Not too difficult to get out of the ship. Let me find the gold. Here is 2 SEUs. And here is the other 4. So pretty decent, not too bad. The box size at least, the hit was pretty bad though. Hopefully the other one has way more. But you can see if we get a lot of this, we can make quite a bit of money. And it's not that difficult with the Zeus. Let me head over to my other mission and defeat that ship as well. Our target is finally here. But we first need to deal with the little Tana here. They love their missiles. Always missing. The Zeus does have quite a big signature. Hopefully we can flare it off. I did put my flares to 5 previously, just to make sure I don't get missiled. Here we go. Let's see if we can fight this thing. They have quite a few weapons, unless they have the different version. This is the camera version. Let me just see here. It is quite yellow though. Already red. We are not the most maneuverable ship. So it might be better to have gimbals enabled. But let's get our target here. That wasn't too difficult. Here's our little raft. Let me get the shields down. And then we can take a look at that cargo. There goes the first engine. Usually the engines go first on this little thing. Then all of the other things will start breaking off. Getting pretty red now. Should have it soon. Let's see. There we go. Let me scan. So for cargo, we get 50 scrap, 22 gold. So not too bad off a haul this. Let's load everything and go sell. Here's our first bit of gold. I believe this is 16 SEUs. The real problem is going to be fitting the scrap into the ship, since these boxes are pretty big, but I can probably do it. In order to fit these big boxes, I'm going to have to push it into the corner here. You can see it can lay there. Here is another big box. It does fit on the grid and you can snap it, but you need to improvise a little bit if you have more boxes. So I'm just throwing that one there. Now I can fit my other loot as well. Managed to snap my 16 SEUs here. Just make sure it's in. Go. A little bit of scrap left. Only 2 SEUs though. But all good here. We can close up and see how much we can get for everything. Even though our cargo hold is full, we can still enter with the side entrance here from the Zeus. So very nice that they included it. Here you can see, here it is. A little bit floaty in space. Let me just see if I can open. Here we go. A nice little entrance that we can use to enter our ship, even though our cargo hold is full. You also get this ladder at the back, but that is more for when you're on a planet. Now that we have our cargo, let's go sell. I'm going to try and use the tractor beam to unload, but I'm going to go to Grim Hex first here. Here we go. We made it to Grim Hex. I'm going to land and unload. I made it to the hangar here. Let's turn on our tractor beam so that we can use it to unload. Just going to get into my tractor beam turret here. Lucky for us, we can also open the exterior with the button. Here you can see it opened for us. I also turned on the power just by using this button. Now we can enter the turret here. I'm going to press Q just to stabilize my turret a bit. Let's see if we can unload everything. There's our first box. Not the greatest, but at least it's there. Let's take our 16 ACUs. Going to be a little bit wobbly. And then I can put it on the grid. Just going to press Q to gain some stability. Definitely not a precision tool. Probably need to take out the gold first here in the middle. Here's our last box of gold. The real problem is probably going to be the bigger ones. I still prefer the Maxiv over these type of tractor beams. But maybe you don't want to carry one, then you can always use this. or you're in space, just want to quickly grab some boxes laying around, and you can probably use this. I'm not the best with this type of tractor beam either, but I can still get by. Let's try the tricky one. First, I'm going to snap it, and then we can drag it out. There we go. Managed to unload everything using only the tractor beam. I would probably be a lot faster with the max lift, but we did manage. Let's send everything down and see how much money we can make. Here's the admin's office. This is where we're going to sell our cargo. We just use this one. Managed to get 58 ECUs of scrap. Let's sell everything. We get 91,000. And for our gold 26 ECUs, max it out 152,000. In total, we made 243,000. So pretty decent for about 30 minutes of gameplay. Definitely not too bad. The Zeus is a really good daily driver. It's pretty decent with its firepower, and the main thing about it, it has a very good cargo hold. The only thing is, sometimes you can't stack the boxes. It's the only thing keeping it back. But it's a good cargo hold because you can fit the 32 SU boxes in there. So it makes it very decent for ambush missions at the moment. It pays quite a bit of money. If you keep in mind that it's more a cargo ship than a fighting ship, then it's a very good ship. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and if you want to see how I went from 0 to my first ship just by leveling up ambush missions, then you can watch this video right here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.